True. Remember, when it's blue, it's cool. We'll look this way and hopefully.
Okay.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's blended virtual meeting of the Southwestern City School District Board of Education. The Ohio Legislature approved emergency legislation to allow school districts' Board of Education to conduct meetings by teleconference or video conference, providing the meeting can also be observed by the general public. In order to comply with this requirement, tonight's meeting is being broadcast live via Zoom and also on the district's YouTube channel. While operating under this virtual environment and in the spirit of maintaining public participation, the board has accepted written comments in addition to those wishing to speak during the meeting on non-agenda items tonight. Those wishing to address the board regarding non-agenda items must have submitted the required information to speak at the meeting or written comments to be read at the meeting prior to noon today. No one signed up to do this. Those wishing to address the board on agenda items this evening may submit their name, topic of their comments, email address, and the phone number from which they may be calling in the chat area of this Zoom meeting between now and 7 p.m. This will ensure that all voices can be heard using the following guidelines. Only 3 people may speak or submit written comments on the same topic. Each speaker may take up to 5 minutes to address the board, and each speaker may not reflect adversely on individuals. While public participation will not be interactive during tonight's meeting, follow-up with individuals submitting public comments will occur at a later time. All comments are considered public record and are therefore subject to the Freedom of Information Act.
Can you hear me, Sandy?
Yep, we can. When it's time, we'll be able to hear you just fine.
I'm going to mute myself. I'm usually on Google, so I wasn't sure about this. So I think that you can see me, and I'm going to mute myself until it's time, okay?
Rob, can you do that?
Now that I understand how.
Yeah, you'll see a pop-up that says ask to unmute, and then you'll be able to start talking.
We got you. I can see you.
All right, I'll mute myself.
Perfectly. This is the quietest this group gets, is when they're waiting for the meeting to start.
Let's see how quiet. Work better in person.
Ladies and gentlemen, again, thank you for attending tonight's Board of Education meeting. Having received confirmation that the video is streaming correctly, Board of Education President, Mr. Robert Ragland, will now call the meeting to order. Mr. Ragland, no one has signed up to speak this evening.
And thank you for attending tonight's blended meeting of the Southwestern City School District Board of Education, dated Monday, October 12, 2020. While the agenda will be visible during the meeting for those watching online, you may also follow along using the agenda posted on our website at www.swcsd.us under the Board of Education tab. Please remember that public participation will not be interactive during tonight's meeting. And please note that tonight's meeting may not run perfectly, but we are doing the best to keep things running smoothly as we continue down the path of blended school board meetings. And with that being said, I'd like to call the meeting to order. Roll call.
Mr. Caldwell.
Here.
Mr. Donofrio.
Here.
Ms. Johnson.
Here.
Mr. Schreiner.
Here.
Mr. Ragland.
Here. And next up, I need a motion for the adoption of the agenda.
So moved, Mr. President Schreiner.
Second, Donofrio?
Mr. Schreiner.
Yes.
Mr. Donofrio.
Yes.
Mr. Caldwell.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Mr. Ragland.
Yes. And next up, approval of minutes. Do I have a motion?
Mr. President, so moved.
Okay. Need a second?
Second? Anthony Caldwell?
Mr. Donofrio.
Yes.
Mr. Caldwell.
Yes.
Ms. Johnson.
Yes.
Mr. Schreiner.
Yes.
Mr. Ragland.
Yes. And next up, board reports. Not any. And also, I was told we had no public participation tonight. So next up is legislation. Mr. Lee Schreiner.
Thank you, Mr. President. I will highlight a few of the activities that have taken place in the last few weeks. Governor Mike DeWine announced that he has authorized a study that will focus on K through 12 students who are quarantined due to meeting the Centers of Disease Control and Prevention definition of close contact with someone who has tested positive for COVID-19. The study is in response to school district superintendents expressing concerns about the number of students being quarantined. Ohio Department of Education released resources regarding the fall third grade English language arts test and end of course exams. Additionally, resources for literacy instruction within remote learning environments and assessment and identification of gifted students were also released. Fiscal year 2022 through 23 biennial budget process has begun. The State Board of Education discussed 2 draft budget scenarios at its September meeting. The State Board of Education plans for a vote on the budget recommendations at its October 13th meeting, which is tomorrow. The approved budget recommendations must be submitted to OBM by October 14th. That, by the way, is the Office of Budget Management. Let's see, the U.S. Department of Education interim final rule no longer is in effect. The U.S. District Court struck down the interim final rule regarding the use of CARES Act K-12 emergency relief funds for non-public equitable services. Territory transfer law was also found unconstitutional in recent court decisions. The U.S. District Court ruled that the territory transfer law, Ohio Revised Code 3311.242, that was enacted through House Bill 166 was unconstitutional and permanently enjoined its use. I'm also including recent introduced legislation that will be part of that report. Mr. President, that concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Schreiner. And next up, student and staff achievement, Mr. Anthony Caldwell.
Thank you, Mr. President. We have a lot of great news to share tonight. We'll just go ahead and get started. So congratulations to the Buckeye Woods Elementary School for being designated an exemplary high-performing National Blue Ribbon School for 2020 by the United States Department of Education. Buckeye Woods is one of 367 schools in the nation and one of 16 schools in Ohio to be recognized for this award in 2020. The coveted National Blue Ribbon Schools Award affirms the hard work of educators, families, and communities in creating safe and welcoming schools where students master challenging and engaging content. With us this evening is Grove City Mayor Richard L. Ike Stage, who would like to say a few words. Mayor Stage.
Thank you, Mr. Caldwell, and honorable members of the school board, Superintendent Wise and Treasurer Hugh Garside. Sorry we can't be in the presence of all, but we are through video, and that's, I guess we'd be thankful for that. The fact that the Buckeye Woods has been an achiever for years, and them now receiving this incredible award is just a statement to the staff and the people who have been able to teach and be a part of the school. What we've done is made up a proclamation, and I know that I don't have the fancy video that you're able to move into for Sandy, but you just saw it. We did put the seal of the U.S. Department of Education in the middle of the proclamation, and it reads as such. Whereas it's a privilege to recognize the staff and students of Buckeye Woods Elementary School upon the designation as an exemplary, high-performing National Blue Ribbon School for 2020. And whereas Buckeye Woods is one of 367 schools in the nation and one of 16 schools in Ohio to earn this prestigious recognition from the U.S. Department of Education. Whereas this award is based on the school's overall academic performance, with students achieving the top 15% in English and mathematics, and affirms the hard work of educators, families, and communities creating a safe and welcoming school. Now, therefore, we do hereby extend our most sincere appreciation to the staff and families of Buckeye Woods Elementary School and to the school board, and to recognize the tremendous effort and determination needed to earn this honorable achievement. So again, what an award, and just another best hometown, Grove City, Ohio. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Stage. Now we'll have Buckeye Woods Principal Jennifer Caulfield to explain a little bit about the award and some of the exciting accomplishments in our schools. Congratulations again to you and your students, staff, family, and the Buckeye Woods community. We're so proud of you. Ms. Caulfield?
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Stage. Good evening, Board of Education President Robert Ragland, Vice President Johnson, members of the board, Dr. Wise, and Mr. Garside. Now that I've got the introduction, that was the hardest part of this. I have to say that this is a great honor for us. We were not expecting. We know that we always try to do our best for every day that everything that we do at our school for our kids. and for our community. But whenever back in February, when the U.S. Department of Education contacted us and said that the state had nominated us for this award, it took us by surprise. But at the same time, when I look back at the history since I've been at Buckeye Woods, it was really no surprise. The staff, the students, the families worked so hard. So then we finished our application in April, and in September, we were recognized that we will be receiving the award November 12th and 13th. We do not actually have the award. We were supposed to go to Washington, but now it will be done virtually. So our staff can participate in it as well, and all of us can be there together, which I think is very exciting as well. But over my 9 years of being there, I've been very blessed with what I inherited, I guess would be a good way to put it, because the staff, the students, and community really molded me to become the leader that I am for them. And I can tell you that the staff puts the kids first, always. Is it best for the kids, and are we educating the kids to the best of our ability? And when the answers to that is yes from everyone, you end up being very successful. So this is a great honor for us. We've celebrated, not the way that we normally would, but I will tell you, since March 13th, when we've had many different types of education being given to our students, it really shows what the community, the parents, the staff, the dedication that they have for the kids that we serve is outstanding, and they should have won an exemplary high-performing National Blue Ribbon School Award for 2020 and many years past. But thank you for the honor, Mayor Stage, and for recognizing us tonight.
Thank you, Mrs. Caulfield. We'll move on to our other student achievements tonight. Congratulations to the Grove City High School student Francesca Lanise for being selected one of the 15 youth ambassadors across the country for the American Battlefield Trust, a nonprofit organization whose mission is to preserve the nation's hallowed ballad.
She doesn't have practice tomorrow. Wednesday, yeah.
I think we have some other background. There we go. Thank you. A nonprofit organization whose mission is to preserve the nation's hallowed battlegrounds through advocacy and education. Next, congratulations to Grove City High School NJROTC for receiving the Distinguished Unit Award with academic honors for the 2019 and 2020 academic year. This is the second consecutive year that Grove City NJROTC has received this award for overall success in drill competitions, shooting ranges, athletic and academic tournaments, and in their neighborhoods. To earn this award, the cadets logged more than 1,900 hours of community service and dedicated their time to support service projects like Adopt a Highway cleanup efforts, veteran ceremonies, military service member care packages, and nursing home visits. So congrats to them. Next, congratulations to the Grove City High School girls golf team. For the second year in a row, the members of the girls golf team are the OCC Ohio Division champs. The girls will go on to the sectional tournament at Blacklick with a 20-0 OCC record. Player of the year for the Ohio Division is Lizzie Sarr with an average of 73.7. The following girls also received OCC Ohio Division awards based on their average top scores over 3 rounds. First team, Bella Sarr. Second team, Rachel Jones. And honorable mention, Chloe Seeley and Kaylin Henson. So we congratulate them. Next, congratulations to the Westland High School Air Force Junior ROTC for receiving the Distinguished Unit Award for the 2019 and 2020 academic year. Only 20% of 886 units worldwide earned this award. This is the third consecutive year that the Westland High School Air Force JROTC has received this award. And to earn this award, the cadets have accomplished 1,765 community hours, collected 45 pints of blood from 2 blood drives, collected and donated 895 pounds of food for the Central Ohioans Veterans Food Bank, and led, organized, and participated in 174 events. So congratulations to our students on their achievements. Moving on to staff achievements, tonight we are going to recognize 2 employees with School Bell Awards. Employees receiving School Bell Awards have been nominated by a district resident, parent, or graduate who commends the employee for his or her job performance above and beyond the call of duty. Our first award recipient is Melissa Alexander, J.C. Summer Elementary School Intervention Specialist. J.C. Summer Elementary School parent Heather Nessler expressed great appreciation for her daughter's teacher, intervention specialist Melissa Alexander. Ms. Nessler explained that when school closed in the spring of 2020, Ms. Alexander felt she could still help her students meet and reach their goals. Mrs. Nessler stated, Ms. Alexander went above and beyond to help her students grow by working with, helping her student grow by working with her over the summer. The family can thank Ms. Alexander enough for helping their student reach their reading goals using daily Google Meets during remote learning at the end of the school year, and then going above and beyond to provide private Google Meets during the summer months. Congratulations, and thank you for making a difference in the lives of our students and their families. Next is Erica Hughes, Hayes Intermediate School, 6th grade math teacher. Stacey Worthington nominated Erica Hughes for a School Bell Award for going above and beyond for her children as their math teacher. Mrs. Worthington wrote, Mrs. Hughes' perseverance and positive attitude have been a breath of fresh air. She helped her children improve tremendously in their math diagnostic testing throughout 6th grade. The children improved by 66% and 49% just in one semester. Mrs. Hughes volunteered to tutor Mrs. Worthington's students the following year, and she was more than willing to accommodate her offer. She also stated, Hayes Intermediate is very lucky to have Mrs. Hughes to join their staff. I hope the district continues to seek out exceptional teachers for our children like Mrs. Hughes. Thank you, Mrs. Hughes, for your positive attitude and your willingness to help our students succeed. Next, we'd like to talk about our school achievements. All 4 high school marching bands hosted showcases for their family members. We're currently compiling all of the performances into one Southwestern City School District marching band video to showcase all 4 of our high schools. A big thanks to our IMD students who assisted with the videography. And last, our district achievement. The Southwestern City School District has earned the Ever 5 Champion Seal, which was awarded to fewer than 5% of school districts across North America in 2020. The Ever 5 Champion Seal is a designation awarded to K-12 school districts and schools that have demonstrated an exemplary commitment to whole child education through the use of Ever 5's evidence-informed digital programs in areas such as financial literacy, social emotional learning, college and career readiness, STEM, and health and wellness. So congratulations to our amazing district and everyone who made that happen. Mr. President, that concludes tonight's student and staff achievement report.
Well, thank you, Mr. Caldwell. And once again, congratulations to all the wonderful things we've just heard. And next up, fiscal and operational management, Mr. Lee Schreiner.
Thank you again, Mr. President. This evening, we have 7 action items for fiscal and operational management. The first, revised permanent appropriations for fiscal year 2020-2021. See Exhibit X1. It is recommended that the Board of Education approve the revised permanent appropriations. Second, investments and financial statements for September 2020, Exhibit X2 and X3. It's recommended that in accordance with Section 135.14 of the Ohio Revised Code, the Board of Education approve September investments X2 and cash position report for the month of September 2020, X3 as submitted. Total investments, $408,964,028.77. Interest earnings month to date, $193,919.97. Interest earnings year to date, $932,235.06. Interest rates, 0.010 to 2.950%. Third, payment of bills. It is recommended that the Board of Education approve payment of bills according to the list of checks for the month of September 2020, Exhibit X4. Fourth, donations, Exhibit X5, total donations of $6,500, and it appears in 14 cents. And I'd like to, as always, we are so greatly appreciative of those who donate. Fifth, authorization to pay bills in accordance with section 5705.41 Ohio Revised Code, Exhibit X6. It's recommended that the Board of Education authorize the treasurer to pay bills for September, which were not processed in accordance with section 5705.41 Ohio Revised Code. Sixth, agreement with Education Plus. It's recommended that the Board of Education enter into an agreement with Education Plus to provide E-rate filing services for the 2021 through 2023 funding years for the federal E-rate program at a cost of $25,000 per year, Exhibit X7. And last, seventh, agreement with the YMCA of Central Ohio. It is recommended that the Board of Education enter into an agreement with the YMCA of Central Ohio to provide an alternative educational program at the Vaughn E. Hairston YMCA in the amount of $125,000 for the 2020-21 school year, Exhibit X8. After reviewing these action items, I move them for passage, Mr. President.
Is there a second?
I second, Mr. President.
Mr. Shriner,
Yes.
Donofrio.
Yes.
Mr. Caldwell,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Mr. Ragland.
Yes. And next up, Facilities Development, Mr. David Donofrio.
Thank you, President Ragland. Good evening, everyone. On tonight's agenda for facilities development, we have 2 items for consideration. First, that the Board of Education approve the Southwestern Preschool Center roof replacement change order in an amount not to exceed $4,500. And second, adoption of resolutions authorizing and approving the design development phase submission for the 4 new middle schools, with work being done by Shore Architects Incorporated, Community Design Alliance, Summit Construction LLC, and Rushili Construction Company Incorporated. And we're very excited that groundbreaking will occur later this week for the 4 schools. Having reviewed these items, I recommend the passage and move to do so at this time.
I'm happy to second that, Mr. President. Shriner?
Mr. Donofrio,
Yes.
Mr. Shriner,
Yes.
Mr. Caldwell,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Mr. Ragland.
Yes. And next up, Personnel, Vice President Kathy Johnson.
Thank you, President Ragland. This evening, we have 7 personnel items involving 265 persons. They include 8 certificated resignations, 7 certificated changes in employment status, 220 certificated employments, 4 classified resignations, 7 classified changes in employment status, 18 classified employments, and 1 message of condolence for deceased staff member Rick Chandler, a custodian in the district since 1997. During his career, he served the students of our district as custodian at Grove City High School, Franklin Heights High School, Southwestern Career Academy, and the Stiles Family Resource Center. In recognition and appreciation for his service to the students of our district, the motion is in order by the board, expressing deepest sympathy to the family and friends of Mr. Chandler. Having reviewed all of these items, I move them for passage.
Second, Anthony Caldwell.
Johnson,
Yes.
Mr. Caldwell,
Yes.
Mr. Donofrio,
Yes.
Mr. Shriner,
Yes.
Mr. Ragland.
Yes. And next up, we have no public participation. And so the next thing is I need someone to make a motion for adjournment.
I move we adjourn.
Second.
Johnson,
Yes.
Mr. Caldwell,
Yes.
Donofrio.
Yes.
Mr. Shriner,
Yes.
Mr. Ragland.
Yes. And thank you very much. And remember, wear your mask, wash your hands, social distancing.
Bye.